I'd love to do that, but my brain and my feet just don't coordinate. Now, I wonder if you all realise just how much the average senior citizen is worth. Here's Julie to explain.
What senior citizens are worth?
Did you know that we old folk are worth a fortune? We have silver hair, gold in our teeth, stones in our kidneys, lead in our feet, and gas in our stomachs. Frankly, I have become a frivolous old woman. I'm seeing 6 gentlemen every day. As soon as I wake up, willpower helps me out of bed. Then I go to see Jimmy Riddle, and then it's time for breakfast with Mr. Kellogg, followed closely by a refreshing company of Mr. Tetley, or my other friend who I only know by his initials PG. Then comes somebody I don't like at all, Arthur Itis. He knows he's not welcome, but he insists on being here, and what is more, he stays for the rest of the day. After such a hectic day, I'm glad to go to bed with Johnny Walker, and I am now flirting with Al Reiner. The vicar came round the other day and said at my age I should be thinking of the hereafter. So I told him I did all the time, for no matter where I am, I ask myself, now what am I hereafter? Well, I will close now and hope that willpower is a constant companion too. But do make sure that his friend Emma Roy does not creep up to you from behind. And watch out for the crafty one, Jerry Aptrick.
Well done, Julie. Now Val and I are going to tell you a couple of seasonal stories. Val first, and she actually wrote this one herself. Very clever.
An old man was sitting dozing by the fire. It was Christmas Eve. All of a sudden, with a bang and a great flurry of soot, and Santa came hurtling down the chimney and landed in a heap in the fireplace. "Good job it's only imitation fire," he bellowed as he dusted himself down. "You should get the chimney swept a bit more often. Now where's me mince pies and me beer? I'll need a drink for Rudolph. Only just started me rounds. Got a lot to do tonight." The man could only stare in wonder at the apparition that had descended in his home. "Where did you come from?" he asked. "Well, I come from Lapland, as you very well know. But I've had a bit of trouble with me sat-nav. It was either landing in the middle of the North Sea or here. And I thought here was the best option, as Rudolph can't swim. Now where can I leave me sack of prezzies for your lot? Don't want to make a noise and wake them all up." "Under the tree would be lovely," the man replied in wonder. "And there's food in the kitchen waiting for you." "Right," said Santa, and toddled off to the kitchen. A few minutes went by, and the man went out to the kitchen. It was empty. He scratched his head. Where was Santa? The food had gone, and the drinks. He went back to the front room. Under the tree there was a pile of presents. The old man scratched his head again. Was I asleep? Did I dream all this, he thought, or is Santa real? The doors were all locked, and no one could come down the chimney, could they? What a lot I've got to tell everyone in the morning.
A Christmas tradition explained. When 4 of Santa's elves got sick, the trainee elves didn't produce toys as fast as the regular ones, and Santa began to feel the pre-Christmas pressure. Then Mrs. Claus told Santa that her mother was coming to visit, which stressed Santa even more. When he went to harness the reindeer, he found that 3 of them were about to give birth, and 2 others had jumped the fence and were out heaven knows where. When he began to load the sleigh, one of the floorboards cracked. The toy bag fell to the ground and all the toys were scattered. Frustrated, Santa went inside the house for a cup of apple cider and a shot of rum. When he went to the cupboard, he discovered that the elves had drunk all the cider and hidden the liquor. In his frustration, Santa accidentally dropped the cider jug and it broke into hundreds of little glass pieces all over the kitchen floor. He went to get the broom and found that the mice had eaten all the straw off the end of the broom. Just then the doorbell rang, and an irritated Santa marched to the door, yanked it open, and there stood a little angel with a great big Christmas tree. The angel said very cheerfully, "Merry Christmas, Santa. Isn't this a lovely day? I have a beautiful tree for you. Where would you like me to stick it?" And so began the tradition of a little angel on top of a Christmas tree. Thank you. And now, here to give... Oh, come on. Here to give you some inside information about reindeer, we have Brenda B. Don't give her much time.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer first appeared in 1939 when a story was written by Robert L. May to promote the Montgomery Ward department store, of which he was the advertising editor. His 4-year-old daughter chose the name Rudolph. His brother-in-law, Johnny Marks, later turned it into the now familiar song